This video is made in decision of bringing a serious notice to my cases in North Carolina. I've done everything possible to resolve these situations with my attorneys, the state DAs, and I'm bringing this matter to the Justice Department. I feel that as an activist, as a mediator between law enforcement and ex-felon counsel, that I'm doing everything possible to show people that there's justice still in this country. I brought my cases regarding to my lawyer because I feel that I've done everything possible to explain the situation. I've used my Take a Chance Against Fraud show. I've used my campaign against fraud. I've even today, being 9/14/12, 9/14/16, I am going to the Justice Department in Raleigh, North Carolina to apply for complaints against these areas because I feel that these cases have dragged out long enough. I've lost employment behind this. I've been restricted to take on certain jobs, and I've been wrongfully arrested on these cases. The Department of Insurance knows clear as well that the owners of these companies' tax IDs numbers registers to them, the signatures register to them, and documents that support this are all trumped up from Detective Shelby Bass, who feels that he wants to make a name for himself 3 years ago when he was the early active coming over from narcotics over to state detective, making it clear that he wants this matter to look good on his cases. He has taken estimates and he's escalated those estimates, showing that somehow $300,000 worth of estimates, which really, if you look at majority of the cases that he charged with, there was maybe barely $20,000 profit that was made to the owners, not to me. Checks were cashed by the owners. Checks were received by the owners. The checks, on numerous cases, the owner actually picked the check up. I've done everything possible to try to get this thing resolved, try to get it off my record. I have a prior. Yes, I do. I did not deny that I have a prior from 2005. They have taken my cases from 2005 and tried to use them to trump up charges in Vance County, Edgecombe, Nash County, and also Northampton. I've been to 22 total court hearings, and I've done everything possible to always be on time on my hearings and to be at my hearings. It's times that my lawyers haven't even got back to me, and it happened one time where I had a warrant placed on me. I'm a professional truck driver now, and I've just found out that I have a court date on the 15th when I was not even told, and it was not even showing the system that I had a court date. I had to come all the way across country to make it to this court date for tomorrow. I'm going to apply with the Justice Department to get involved with my case because these cases are totally out of line. They're totally out of the basis of being professional. I am very strong. I'm applying for permits to actually stand outside the courthouses and ask for justice. I stand tall for against any type of falseness against my country, but I do have problems when my country is not going to stand up for me. I am not one to scream racism, and I'm not one to say that my country is against me. I think that this is just a situation that the puzzles aren't put in the right places and the right people aren't stepping up for me. I am very committed to my campaign. I've made my situation publicly noticed, and I want it to be out there for people to see. Because every step of the way, I want to make sure that I'm getting fair justice till I'm acquitted of these charges. Because if I don't, I'm swept up under the bridge, and I'm another felon that has been used by the system. And I will not stand for that, because I fight for the system. I have a Take a Chance Against Fraud campaign that I created in 2014 when I was released from Northampton County Jail. I explained on various videos in detail what happened with these situations. I've asked people to look into the evidence of the signatures that Shelby Bass charged me with fraud for, forgery. I asked for the state attorney's office to look into the company's ownership, which Shelby Bass said I was the owner. He's always taking these priors Every base of his evidence has come from my priors. These owners left these businesses and they ran off with their financial gain, and they left me holding the bag as an employee. The only reason why the insurers made it clear to me, because again, I worked as a debris specialist for these companies, and all I did was pick up the debris. These companies, and yes, I have 22 years of radio and broadcast experience. I've always been one to voice strong opinions and comments on today's events and things like that. I never misled anyone, and even in my commercials that I was for permission of the owners that asked me to prepare these commercials for them, using my voice, using my technique of what it is they try to mislead. I also made it clear to them this is a biased situation, because in my commercials I speak on, if you intend to use this for fraudulent intent, do not call the office. The owners and the insured made deals that I have no compatibility of knowing what deals were made. The things that I was involved with, I stepped up to the plate. But I will not take these charges. I sat in jail for almost 6 months on charges that are fraudulently put on my background. I am going to the Justice Department today and to file complaints on discrimination, and I'm actually resorting to not allowing me and taking away my amendments, taking away my rights to a speedy and fair trial. And this has dragged on for 3 years. Some of these cases are over 5 years old. I want the state attorney's office or the U.S. attorney's office, which I will be going to their office also, to step in, because I've done everything possible to cooperate. I've been to every court hearing except one, when my lawyer in Northampton never took 5 minutes to even communicate. I called the Bar Association. I've also made it known that I'm going to go public to the news stations, and I'm going to get involved with this on my show. I'm asking for someone from the U.S. Attorney's Office, anyone from the news stations, and anyone that is a victim of this system that feels that they're having the same thing of not having a speedy trial, not justice not being served, or if no one looking at the evidence that is there. It strongly concerns me. I am an American, and I am going to be treated as an American if it takes me the rest of my life to clear this up. But I am filing for permits also to stand outside of these courthouses and to ask for justice. That is all I ask, is for justice. I will not let someone sit back and say it's okay to do this to me. All I want is this matter to be acquitted of these charges and this matter to be dropped so I can go on with my life and commit to my campaign on continue building bridges between law enforcement and ex-felons. I am Clarence Jackson with the Take a Chance Against Fraud and the Next Felon Who Cares program, which with this program I've put 39 ex-felons back to work in trucking. All I ask is for justice for myself, because how am I supposed to be a spokesman for bringing racial change if we can't even change the direction of where we're going? Please, I could be reached at 910-363-6652. But I will not stand still until justice is served. Thank you.